house. There's nothing to rent.
Something's gonna just pop up. A rental's gonna pop up for us. It's gonna happen. I 100% believe that God's gonna provide us this house, this rental house. There's no way that God would sit there and have us buy a home. It just doesn't make sense in any way to me.
You guys, it is Mary
and Amma.
Be much. Guys, to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below, y'all. Today we are gonna be talking about how Robyn continues to blame God for her devilish mentality or her selfish decisions. Maybe a little nicer. But I mean, as you guys just saw in that video, I thought the reason why I say what I say is because you obviously we all know they ended up having to buy their home, right? But my thing is, I feel like the reason why that even happened was because, one, God did not take you guys and tell you, Robyn, let's uproot all of these families and all of these kids from a stable environment just so that Dayton can go to college and you can stalk your child who is turning 18 or 19. Like, that was not God's choice.
No.
He's hit there. He wanted them to be in those four houses in that cul-de-sac. You selfishly decided, I'm going to go and move this whole entire family, F them and what they want, and F Garrison. He has a whole scholarship thing and all this stuff. And I want everybody to move for Dayton. It was very selfish. So how are you going to sit down there and say God is not going to allow us to
buy a house because it really makes sense? Because they're supposed to be on that property.
Well, it don't make sense for you to sit down there and blame God in a decision that He did not even ordain.
Exactly.
That's what's selfish.
Exactly.
So, and I feel like Robyn does this. I would not. I don't think it's the first time that she has blamed God for something, because she's a very selfish person. Like Cody, she does not take accountability.
And that's the thing. People who don't take accountability for stuff, you will, especially people who are religious, all of a sudden, when they're making all these decisions without any prayer going into it, because I didn't see them praying before they had to leave.
No.
Without any prayer going into it, once they get to that destination that they were not destined to be at. Then they start calling God. Like, oh, now all of a sudden we're experiencing some difficulty. Oh, God will not allow this. God did not want you here in the first place. He created really like a miracle for them. In that cul-de-sac. Everybody was there. Everybody was stable. The wives had these homes in their names. You know, Mary was able to go get her, you know, what is it? B&B, bed and breakfast place. You know, and I'm sure she was able to, when she was getting that loan, I'm sure she was able to, also she could have put her house up.
For sure.
To get that loan. And you guys just rooted that from everyone. Just snatched it from them. All for Dayton, we come to find out later on. Like, it's so selfish, which leads me
This
to
is in
wonder,
a trailer outside the property.
Which leads me to wonder, when Robyn put it first to Cody and says, you know, we shall move, Dayton is going to be in Arizona, will it be nice for us to move there and stuff like that? And then they, you know, there's some nice property over there, there's some land, whatever. Did Robyn really believe? I kind of wonder if Cody also, like, committed fraud, like, with her too. Like, did she honestly believe that Cody was going to go through with it and actually build a property there for all of them?
I think that was all a facade. I think it was even a facade for the wives.
I
don't think Robyn
She may have bought it because,
you think so?
Yes, I think so, because she's ambitious. She's already gotten her own. First of all, she's the wife. Ambitious in the sense of acquiring stuff, because she had nothing before. So exactly. So ambitious, whether it's other people's money or her own.
No, I was thinking she is not no strong independent.
Ambitious in that sense. I don't have to necessarily be the one to go get it, but it doesn't necessarily have to be my own money.
But I deserve it.
Exactly. So she had already gotten her own online business, which was maybe not doing as well. Okay, she already owned her own home, right? That's in her name. Her debts are paid. Maybe she thought the next level now was to actually own some land.
I know. Let me level up for sure.
Let me own some land. And remember, Cody was saying that he wanted to build those, like, apartments on one of the lots or something. And, like kind of section that off and sell it like that individually. And that was going to make a whole bunch of money.
Right.
I feel like he sold yes, they're going to Arizona, and then he comes with his dreams that he never is able to really execute. The other wives know him
better,
right?
And she should have listened
to know that, because all of them pretty much said the same thing.
Yeah,
Cody is great at these plans, but
I
it's
wonder
the
what
follow
his sign is.
through that he does not do. I think he's a Capricorn.
I would have thought he was a Cancer, because Cancer men, they know how to sit down there, tell
They
all
talk a
these
really good
lies,
game.
tell a good game, and
They talk
don't
a
execute
really good game.
shit. Not a thing. And I hate to say because I'm a Cancer woman, but that's how
usually
my
the
fellow
women
Cancer
are different
are.
from the men.
Yeah, very much so. But I mean, it's true. Cancer men, they nothing, flatline. But he's a Capricorn, so
yeah, he's a Capricorn.
I can take this one off my back.
Yeah, they also talk a good game too. But yeah, I think him and Mary are Capricorns actually.
I know they're 1 day apart. Like her birthday's before his.
Wow,
Freaky.
That is something. But yeah, I wonder if he also bamboozled Robyn in that sense.
Because she really did not want
Because
to
she
buy.
really did not want to buy. That's my thing. She
Yeah.
did not want to buy. She wanted to rent it because she wanted, and maybe she saw a little bit of that in him, and she wanted to kind of force his hand to say, we're going to go build on that because we're
Yeah.
renting. But then what happened
But he had
was
no intention.
he had no intention. And he kept on talking to her about buying and that, Assalamu alaikum, and that they needed to buy and all this stuff. And so
Yeah.
it was like she gets to this point where he's being so rude.
Right.
Her daughter is freaking out, having an anxiety attack. So it's like, and he's really like pushing her, you know, being really, you know, how he does. He's like violating your space and
Your
stuff.
boundaries.
Yeah. And so she just kind of like, okay, fine. This is a battle that I'm not going to push because he's putting his foot in the stain. I'm not going to push it too much.
Yeah.
This is it. And she went ahead and bought. Maybe he had talked to her one-on-one and says, you know something, I'm really thinking of selling that place. Maybe he told her that. Just one-on-one. And that's why I really want you to buy. Because Christine has bought and has her own stuff in her name. And I think that you need to also buy and we can have that in our name.
Hello.
And then whenever we go and build, at least, you know, we can get more loans or whatever. At least this is an asset. As opposed to, you know, not having any assets in our name.
Facts.
Because remember when the wives bought the house, was Cody's name on each one of their mortgages with them? I didn't think so. I think it was just their names on it.
No, I think his name was on everything.
As well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking maybe he felt like, this way I finally have an asset of mine. Because I know his name and Robyn's name are on this house.
I mean, because Chanel said that Cody's name is on everything.
Oh, I see.
I remember
Okay.
them saying that in the reunion. It's like one of the early seasons. I think it was like season 4
Yeah.
or 5 in the reunion.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, Robyn, you know, it always annoys me when people do that.
Yeah.
You know, they get into trouble. God was nowhere to be found. And then
Where
once
God
they're in
at?
trouble.
You didn't call my name when you were getting into
Yeah.
foolish behavior. So
And that's what actually surprises me now
yeah.
when we learn that they are trying to sell.
Yeah.
I am like, that is surprising me because I don't feel as though Cody, especially at this age, he's in his mid-50s. I'm surprised that he wouldn't have anything in his name and
doubt
be
he doesn't.
selling that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't seem like a very sensible decision, but either maybe they can't afford, only if they can't afford it anymore.
Yeah.
And they have used up all the money, which I wouldn't put it past them to,
Yeah.
because they're big spenders. Janelle talked about that.
Yeah.
That Cody anyway is a big spender. We know Robyn is because we saw the
Victoria's Secret
debts
bill.
that she came into this relationship with.
Yeah.
I don't know who goes and spends. Woo, how much was that? Was that like a whole $4,000?
Yeah.
From Victoria's Secret? That's a lot of money.
I mean, Victoria's
Spent
Secret
at
used to have
Victoria's
good
Secret.
bras, but I mean,
I'm not
they had
spending
great.
$4,000
Yeah, Victoria's
at
Secret,
one
no.
with no. I'm not doing that for what?
I mean,
No.
maybe a couple $100 because they are expensive.
Yeah, I can see up to
But-
1,000, but I also
$1,000.
Yeah, I can see. Oh, I mean, I know
Well-
there's been a time when I've gone to a store and I've spent up to 1,000 on undergarments.
Well, I think because
and my stuff has to be bigger.
Yeah,
right?
so they like
and
charge
so
more.
it's gonna
like Ashley Stewart or whatever, Lane Bryant, but their bras are phenomenal. I remember they had the was it the double?
Yeah, I think mine was either like a Sears or JCPenney. It was one of those stores at the time. I don't know if they're still
you
open.
spent $1,000 at Sears?
It was either Sears or JCPenney, but they had like bras and whatever, and you know I needed the stuff.
I never knew you to go to
undergarments.
JCPenney before. That probably was when you were working those 2 jobs and you were out there living
No,
your life.
no. Then no, that was like earlier in our marriage. Yeah.
That's why
I don't even
know.
think you were born yet. No,
I was
you weren't
like,
born
what?
yet.
Because I have never seen my mama go to no JCPenney before. I was like, what are you talking about?
But I remember spending up to $1,000. Yes. So I can see that, and even then I thought it was, oh my goodness, this is a lot. But I was really like, I wanted enough to last me for years to come, at least a couple of years.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying that was for years to come. That wasn't for, that's why I'm wondering, what are you spending on Victoria's Secret? $4,000.
That's why we made that video about maybe the nanny was there to keep Cody and Robyn's sex life proactive.
Oh, because
why you got that much lingerie?
Hey.
I mean, but hey, they're married.
You know what? I also wonder, what if she actually bought that just before she got married to Cody? Like, I'm just gonna spend this money. He has money anyway. I'm gonna spend it so I can have my new lingerie in this relationship. And guess what? It worked. $4,000 well spent, because he had that man's nose wide open. And he had him kicking all his wives to the, well, he'd already kicked Mary to the curb, but she had him kicking all the other wives and the children to the curb.
You know, there's something to learn about Robyn.
I wouldn't say well spent,
don't they do that in Africa? Like they have this whole entire suitcase where you put like jewelry, lingerie, clothing, all the stuff that the woman will wear during the marriage.
Yes, you kind of, once your child, when you have a daughter,
you kind of start filling that up.
Yeah. With things and finery and different things that she's going to need. And so when she gets married,
there's something to be said about that.
She can go with this suitcase and she sees, nice fabric, so you can have a tailor make things and all of that. And it's so funny because sometimes when like someone is trying to steal, like coming to steal, I remember this happened to a friend of ours, a family friend, and they came, she was getting ready to get married. And they came, and they only came for that suitcase.
Yeah.
And it's not like a regular suitcase. It's like really this box. It looks like a
big old box.
Trove. It's exactly like a treasure trove.
But I think that's what all women should have.
That's all they came for. They came to that house. That's all they were looking for. They weren't looking for anything else. They knew she was getting married. That thing was filled with so much different golds and different things in there. And they just... Yeah. Someone just threw it down. These men just grabbed it. She said that's what happened. And they just took that. And it was so sad. It was so sad. And she's like, you just took all my things. She was such a, her name was Haja. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful girl. And I remember I was very young then. I was just looking at her like, oh my goodness. I cannot even imagine someone coming to get my suitcase. But it was so sad. But yeah, they have that.
But yeah, all this to say, maybe there is something to be said about maybe getting some really nice garments before you get married.
Hey, it worked. 4,000. What was it? Was it 4,000?
Yes.
The debt was, or 40,000.
She went from a struggling single mother to having a husband nose all wide open, owning a home, having her debt cleared, also having property, stolen family fund. Woo!
4,000 well spent. To now, when you look at her net worth, it is almost $1 million.
Man, I want to put money aside and start doing that. Let me start building my suitcase, man.
That's for me to do. Don't worry.
Oh,
but yeah.
I mean, the daughter has to have some of her things because she knows what she looks cute in and all that stuff. But, yeah, but I see you, Robyn. I see you. I see the hustle, but it is also wrong. It's selfish and it's devilish. It ain't right. But yes.
So don't be calling God's name
and your foolishness. Because you ruined the family. That was mistress behavior.
Well,
but yes, y'all, it's Mary.
She's the wife now.
She's the lifestyle.
Okay.
I could
Let me stop condoning stuff. Anyway, but
it's Mary.
Hey, Emma.
We invite y'all to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below.